We've never had him on the show. I think it would be an interesting interview if he'd ever agree to come on. Tim Kuniskis. So that's the name synonymous with like SRT, Hellcat, Brotherhood of Muscle. He's kind of considered the godfather of that whole like Dodge performance movement, I'd say probably over the last 10, 15 years. So he was on, I guess, like a podcast or an interview with The Drive. He said, shocker, he said electrification is, quote, inevitable because it is better.
Yikes.
Yeah. So
I mean, this guy arguably, you could say he's responsible for the fact that they're not
the
making
Hellcat exists. Yeah.
but the image that is making it difficult for them to get to electric
100%
vehicles. So this guy,
he helped cultivate that. Yeah.
He built the image that is shooting them in the foot in the electric transformation.
Yeah.
And now he's saying, yeah, it's inevitable.
You know, I think this gets back to the whole long-term versus short-term kind of strategy. I think short-term Stellantis just needs to reverse their sales slide and get profits up, because under Tavares, you know, Tavares kind of pushed the EV narrative really hard, engine downsizing, killed the Hemi, which maybe from his Eurocentric mindset made sense. But I really think he was kind of tone deaf to the American market. And he got a lot of pushback from American dealers. Certainly, you know, the Mopar enthusiast community hated him. But I think Kuniskis is pragmatic enough to see, you know, longer term, they can't be making Hemis forever. That at some point, the tide's going to turn. Another administration's going to be in power. You know, the stricter CAFE or environmental rules are going to come back into place. He's like, we still have to be there. But but to your point, I mean, it's kind of ironic. One of the figures credited with really building up this whole kind of mythology and just this whole image of Brotherhood of Muscle, Hemi, you know, burnouts, drifting, all that. He's like, yeah, electrification is where it's at. So he went further, says electrification is fantastic, and at some point it will take over, you know?
You're like, yeah.
But I do know that's why I'm doing this podcast.